Martin from the Philippines. We're here in Real Talk Lifeline. So let's get to it. Topic of the day, guys, watching the live or the replay is preparing for my death. Now, for those people who are saying, get to the point, what the hell is this about? So it is most probably not what you think. If you're thinking, is this guy gonna kill himself or is he gonna die soon? The answer is no and no. So if you're open, curious, and you really want to find out, keep listening, keep watching. So preparing for my death, this topic is a topic I don't hear many people talk about. And maybe it's because it's taboo in society and culture. Maybe it's because of the environment that we grew up in, that you grew up in. And people don't just talk about death, right? Openly or that much at a young age, and in my case, even at an older age. And lastly, to be fair, it is hard to talk about this topic. So, this topic can be very misunderstood, and it's something that I wish somebody taught me or talked about. So, this is why I'm making the live. So, before I move forward any further, I'll just share a backstory for context of where am I coming from, right? So you know where I am coming from. So first off, I'll start off by sharing I'm 37 years old. So again, I was born in 1987. What I did was I just followed the narrative. So I went to school, did the whole K-12 or prep, grade 1 to grade 7, first year high school to fourth year high school. I think whatever you call it in the current K-12 system. I went to university, I went to college after that. I took a 5-year program in 2005 to 2010, a course in communication. So I went to this private all boys school for high school, grade school, high school. A little backtrack. I grew up in Pilar Village, Las Piñas. So it was this lower cost subdivision before moving at 5 years old to Alabang. So, because in that case, my dad was working real hard, so we moved village to a better place. And then in grade school, high school, I went to this all boys school. College, I went to this university, UANP, University of Asia and the Pacific. It's not as well known as the top local universities like DLSU, De La Salle University, or ADMU, Ateneo de Manila University. So it's a smaller one, local one, but one of the top universities. 5 years there, 2005 to 10. I took this 5-year program. I made it. So I graduated from my course, communication, 4 years. And then the fifth year program is a masteral, so master's degree. And then after that, um, I my work was I started up from the bottom, from management trainee, supervisor, manager. So that was like 2011 to 2014. And then 2014 to current date, I've been a financial consultant, also known as a life insurance agent. And then I've also undergone training. So in 2017, I took my certified wealth planner, certified estate planner here in the Philippines, designations. So that is my quick background of where I'm coming from relating to the topic. I've also gone through life challenges involving money, so running out. I had a phone bill that cost twice my life savings in high school because I called back then my girlfriend on the cell phone using the landline, and my bill went up to like 10 or 12,000 pesos back then. 2001 or 2002. So it was worth more than my life savings, double it. So I had like money trauma or big challenges in my life. I had a health scare. So I got shingles. I thought it was called herpes zoster. So I thought I got a sexually transmitted disease that would be with me for the rest of my life. And then lastly, I also went through heartbreak, a 9-year relationship, which then led to depression, or I didn't know back then. in 2014 when it ended, I didn't know what mental health, emotional health, all this was. So that's a quick backstory where I'm coming from relating to the topic. So, preparing for my death, what do I mean by this? So, from everything I've shared, I mean this on two levels. So, the first level is worldly. Sometimes you could call that material. And then the second level is spiritual. So, I'll first talk about the first level, the worldly, when it comes to the topic. So, preparing for my death on a material or a worldly level, I learned this term from my training, and it's called, if anyone can guess, so it's going to pop up very shortly. Boom. So it's called this estate planning. So, what is this? In short, what estate planning is, and someone might ask, is that relevant for me? Maybe that's only for rich people, right? Estate planning is relevant for any person who has an asset, let's say a house, real estate property. Now, someone will say, Martin, I'm not rich. I don't have a house under my name. If you have a bank account, a bank account, maybe it has 100,000 pesos or more, right? 500,000. Maybe you have an investment. You have a UITF, like a unit investment trust fund. You have a mutual fund. You invested in stocks. So your stock market trading, for you traders out there. You have any form of paper investment under your name. Estate planning is already relevant for you. Why? When we pass away, every person here in the country, similarly in other countries, they have their own laws where nothing, we think nothing happens. So what happens is all that money or that asset is going to end up going to the government if you don't do anything, if you don't plan. So if you don't care or you don't have any assets that are much, that's fine, right? That's okay. You don't have to do estate planning. But if you have a family, so let's say you have a child, right? Maybe you're married, you have a spouse, right? Or you're actually taking care of your parents, right? Or if you don't have that, right? You were adopted, an orphan, but you actually want to give to your church, you want to give to a charity, a foundation, like that, something or someone you care about, estate planning is relevant for you because your money, your property, it won't automatically go to that person or that cause unless you plan for it. So I won't get too deep into that. Like you can make a will, you can make preparations for that. Some of my clients, if you don't have something like this, a simpler form I do is a one pager. So I just sit down with them, take inventory of their assets. So what are all the real estate properties? What are all their financial assets, their investments, accounts, club shares, etc., like that. And then having that list, you can prepare where your money, where your property will go. Why again? Just to sum it up, if we do not plan that way, all our money usually gets frozen, or the default is it goes to the government. So if you want to give everything away to the government, don't plan, don't do anything. Now, if you want your money, your property to go to your family, to your child, maybe your sibling, your parent, uh, again, foundation, a charity you want to, then do estate planning. So the next level that I'll share just to keep this short. So I learned that back in 2017, maybe 2016 when I was already attending estate planning seminars with Attorney Cabrera, and then I took my certified wealth planner training in 2017. Second level is spiritual. So in the short story, my backstory context I shared, there's another side to it. Because you said, Martin, your challenges weren't just money. Your challenges weren't just a health scare. You went through mental, emotional challenges like that. So the second reason for preparing for my death, going back from the material or the worldly estate planning. Spiritual, the second reason is I just want to die in peace. So that's something I learned going through depression in the past years, or reaching a point so low in my life wherein, believe it or not, and you can ask other people, not just me, you can earn 1 million in a year or even more. And some people will say, I'm good, I'm happy. As long as I earn 1 million, my first million, I'm okay. So I did that. I went through that, and something was still missing, right? I still felt dead on the inside. So for the spiritual part, my way of preparing for death is I want to die. I want to go in peace. And what have I been doing in the process? Personal development, healing deep trauma. Again, if you do the inner work or shadow work, that's the term I learned. I attended seminars with like Tony Robbins. You can do an ayahuasca ceremony, ice baths. There are many different processes, healing modalities you could do. And some people, they have this term, whichever belief it is, religion or belief, Buddhism or ideology, philosophy you believe in, they call that when you reach that point, you're at enlightenment, right? But to keep it simple, it's just that inner peace. So once you've had those near misses or you've reached a point that low in your life, I just want to prepare because I know it's going to happen again. And one day I'm going to be gone. So I want to prepare that I'll have peace. I don't want to go in fear. I don't want to go to hell, like meaning I don't want to be trapped, stuck in a negative or a suffering state, right? And there's actually a way to prepare for that. So this is why this short live, I'll just cut it here, is preparing for my death. So if you're curious again, anyone, something um got your attention, comment estate planning down below. If you want to learn more about that, that's what I help my clients with over the years. There is a way to prepare your legacy for your family, for your charity, what you believe in, through estate planning. If you own any property, real estate, investments under your name, like the titles under your name. And on another level, spiritual, for those who are curious, maybe you're still like, Martin, I have a challenge, I still feel stuck with something, then you can comment deep dive down below. I'll be happy to reach out to you. Just listen first, and then if you want to take it to the next level, I can help you break through, share some ideas, and help you get unstuck. So thank you. I love you, and I will see you next time.